we have an update on that story that created quite a furor online as well, of an IS officer walking his dog in a stadium and the stadium having to be emptied of all athletes just so the IS officer could walk his dog. Well, now the Ministry of Home Affairs has sought a report from the Chief Secretary of Delhi on this news report regarding the misuse of facilities at the Thyagraj Stadium by Sanjeev Khirwar and his wife Rinku Dugga. Chief Secretary Delhi submitted a report yesterday on the factual position to the MHA.
Right. Meanwhile, Sanjeev Khirwar has been transferred by the MHA to Ladakh and his wife to Arunachal Pradesh. Necessary action will be initiated based on that very report.
And this was first reported in the Indian Express that over the past few months, athletes and coaches at the Delhi government-run Thyagraj Stadium were complaining about being forced to wrap up earlier their training so that he could walk his dog.
Gargi, apparently by 7 o'clock in the evening, because Delhi's Principal Secretary, that's Sanjeev Khirwar, walked his dog at the facility about half an hour late.
Now, the officer and his wife have both been transferred out, one to Ladakh, one to Arunachal, and now everyone is asking where will the dog go. But let's go across to Neeta for more on this. And Neeta, this whole story had created quite an outrage online. Everybody was, talking about it, questioning it, and the usual sort of, the babus and the bureaucrats really getting their way, and our athletes having to suffer, and now very, very quick action.
Yes, Gargi, this incident had indeed triggered a social media storm, in which politicians slamming the bureaucrat for misusing the authority. So, many people were coming out and expressing their, concern as to why the athletes were asked to move out, and the IS officer, his wife, and the dog were taking a walk in the stadium. In fact, Mr. Khirwar is Delhi's Principal Secretary in the Revenue Department. His wife has also posted her. Now, after this, this thing came to light, both belong to an AGMO cadre. They are 1994 officers. So now both of them have been transferred out of Delhi. Mr. Khirwar, Sanjeev Khirwar, has been transferred to Ladakh, and his wife has been transferred to Arunachal Pradesh. So strict disciplinary action as far as the government is concerned. A report was sought by MHA from the Chief Secretary. The Chief Secretary promptly, after getting to know both sides of things, he submitted a report on which the Ministry of Home Affairs has taken an action. Although some people are questioning that why being posted to Ladakh and also in Arunachal Pradesh, because both are also equally beautiful locations, can be considered a punishment posting. But that is a thing going on the social media by various people. But as far as the government is concerned, they have taken action and they have posted both husband and wife to two different locations of the country.
Right, Neeta, though it is a punishment because the couple has been split up, and as we were mentioning, everybody is wondering whether the dog will now go to Ladakh or go to Arunachal Pradesh, and we'll wait for you to update us on that.